All right, folks, Positive Paul. Here we are, still on Thursday. And, I just was traveling through hyperspace, and I've just returned from the fifth dimension, and now I'm back in the third dimension. And I was very pleased to find out that Ochu just made a new video. And actually, the video was really good. If you listen to this video, there is not a person, a human being, as opposed to a hybrid, would have anything bad to say about this video. Now, I've got nothing against Ochu. I know that recently there's been, I guess, what I might call some Mickey Mouse business going on. And you know what I'm talking about, people. Now, what I would like to know is if we're all on the up and up and being honest with each other and have nothing to hide, what the hell is going on with you, Ochu? Now, you said in the beginning of the video you can't sleep. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning and you're camped out next to a police station. Now, what I'm curious is, we just watched these videos of you gallivanting off to a vacation with your mom and your wife and your kids. Now, what I would like to know is, what are those good folk that care about you, I'm sure, what are they doing right now and where are they? And why are you sitting in your car making this video? Well, look, I don't have an answer to any of this. And actually, does it really matter at this point, folks? Look, what this becomes is it's a series of attrition. All right, last man standing. How's that sound? Now, again, with vague testimonies that are running rampant on YouTube, have been running rampant on YouTube, about why these people are targeted, I got to scratch my head. Like, did I just come back from another dimension and now Ocho's back on the street? Who knows where his blushing bride is and his mom? He should be home in a nice warm house with his family. Now, there's nothing wrong with the message that he just put out with this recent video. In fact, I will promote his video and encourage everybody to listen. Listen in on what he has to say. But again, folks, he does not mention one thing about what the heck is going on. Now, do any of us need to know? Well, you know what? If you're a real TI and you have compassion for another TI, yes, you would like to know. And I'm gonna repeat myself for the millionth time. I watched these people for a very long time before I decide to go out on a limb and risk my credibility, not attacking someone, but trying to figure out what the truth is. So, in the end of his video, he says, oh, well, because I'm in security, my credentials will allow me to be out and about. Well, Ocho, are you working or are you sleeping next to a cop shop? Which one is it? And furthermore, what you kept removing these comments that I have screenshots of, buddy. See, you people, you don't realize it. And this is where it gets crazy on why would I want to do this? Here's why, folks, because I want to know who's on the up and up. So look, again, I just made a quick observation. You know, I wish well for Ochu, all right? But something's rotten in Denmark. So here's how we're going to do this video right now. I'm going to first go to the book of Leviticus. And look, we know these Canaanite dirty dog, reptoid hybrids love to see human beings suffer. That's what satanic ritual abuse is about. And as time went along, we know starting in Genesis 9, stay away from the blood. Do not eat the blood. The blood is the life. It's the life force. But what are these reptoids, these fallen angels, these sicko Satanists, these lapdog Luciferians? What do they thrive on? This blood, folks. And it's not enough that they sacrifice a baby reptoid. They need a real human being, preferably one that stems from the original DNA blueprint, that can see these people. Now, Ochu posed the question, if these reptilians are so powerful, why do they have to hide? Well, folks, when this technology goes down, you're going to find out the reason why they need to hide with this holographic technology. All right? You take one look at them, and you're going to think you're in a freaking creep show. So, Leviticus. We are in, and I notice I'm having trouble reading numbers now. I'm making mistakes on these Bible studies because I can no longer, I guess, read these numbers. So we are in Leviticus chapter 19, and we're going to start at verse 26. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood. Now, they told you this back in Genesis 9, and now we're all the way up to Leviticus. And for some reason, this needs to be repeated over and over again. Ye shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shall you use enchantment nor observe times. Now, for you people that think these remote viewers and all the hocus pocus that these good folk out there claim that, oh yes, they can see what these Satanists are up to. And yes, they're sweeping up the draconian grid, getting rid of all these dirty little Canaanites. Well, folks, if you see someone that claims to be a remote viewer, claims to have access to the future, claims to know what's going on behind the curtain, beware and be advised. Verse 27, ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard. Pretty interesting, folks. Let's not go there. Let's continue on. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Well, look, folks, do you want me to spell that out to you? What do these little dirty Canaanite, dirty dog, reptoid hybrids love? And I'm not putting it down, folks, because look, we're outnumbered here. I'm making a point as I see it in Leviticus. Now, pay attention, you baby boomers, the so-called greatest generation that sold your children out, your firstborn, and my parents are included in that bunch. Whether they did it willingly, whether they got talked into it, who knows? Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Now this is important, folks. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Now, what did I tell you, folks? These gypsy types that want to play with their tarot cards. These psychics that are on every street corner in every dirty little city across the U.S. Regard not them. So, there's your quick scripture lesson. Now, let's have some fun. Okay, so let's turn the light off too. I made the attempt the other night to go on YouTube and watch a video that caught my eye. And it's the Exodus Decoded History Documentary. Now, this is from the History Channel. And James Cameron is the narrator. You see him in the beginning. But what it is you have this gentleman that goes and tries to prove the Exodus actually happened. Now, what's the one thing, folks, that these so-called scholars across every college in the United States want to tell you? That the Exodus has not been proven and it probably never happened. So what we do is I try to tune in, all right? The Exodus, the very word invokes an epic tale of pharaohs and Israelites, plagues and miracles. But the one thing that they do in the beginning is this gentleman gets into the Museum of Cairo, and they start snooping around, and they're looking for who the pharaoh might have been during the Exodus. And here's what they come up with. As you see, Ahmose the first, according to them, was the pharaoh. Now, we all know that many scholars say it was Ramses the second, I believe. But let's look, this is neither here nor there, all right? It doesn't matter who the pharaoh was. The pharaoh was in deep doo-doo, as we know all about the 10 plagues. So here's what happens, folks. As I try to watch this video and I listen to the mealy-mouthed James Cameron do his spiel, they go to this Professor Donald Redford of Penn State, who I don't know, could be a wonderful person. I'm sure he's a professor, but he is going to tell you why the Exodus didn't happen. Now, I'm going to really make this short and sweet, because what happens is this guy, they put him on the screen, and let's make sure we can see this. Here's your professor, folks, as he's blathering on about why the Exodus couldn't have happened. Now, look, I know it's a little dark. I know you can see that, folks. Don't tell me you can't. All right. Now, what are we supposed to think when we're surrounded by these reptoids? And they're telling us history on their terms. Remember, folks, these sad sack Satanists, these lapdog Luciferians, these foolish Freemasons are trying to play out biblical prophecy on their own terms. And they have jokers all over the United States. Now, he's obviously one of the original hybrids from the original breeding program, folks. All right? When you see the wackadoodle eyeball, you run. And not only do you run, you do not turn back. Remember what happened to Lot's wife. So let's really have some fun, folks. Why don't we? Because I'm in the mood. Now, look, we all know about the infamous R&M supercomputer that's hassling every TI across the globe. And who's their big promoter? The numbnuts Brian, too. Who, he something, whatever happened to this guy, I think he's human, but I think he got compromised, all right? And it's amazing that, look, I already went down this road with my video about the gang stalking YouTube frauds months ago concerning numbnuts too. But here's what we're going to do. What does Brian promote? He promotes this little dirty dog, Canaanite reptoid hybrid, Robert Duncan. Okay? Yes, folks. I know. You think that all this mealy mouth nonsense concerning YouTube for the past 5 years trying to gloss over the finer points concerning this targeting, covering up satanic ritual abuse. But there's the actors everywhere. And look, this was planned a long time ago with this hybrid breeding program. Remember, folks, they placed these people in positions of power. All right, politicians, doctors, lawyers, judges, and it all sprinkled down, the trickle-down effect to teachers, professors throughout the phony colleges, brainwashing our kids. See, look, if you think, now look, Ramala D, when you look at her face, I don't know what her deal is, really. I mean, come on, she started out with Catherine Horton, who is a known YouTube fraud. But I think when you watch this video, she sees this stuff happening in real time, and she she gets so freaked out by it. At one point, the screen goes blank because you got this Wookie here, baby Chewbacca, freaking out. Okay, what did I tell you about the eyes going wackadoodle? All right, now let's just quick go through this. And I don't like doing this, folks, but I have to because I'm getting fed up with all this. Now, look. What the hell is he looking at? The eyeball, he's got one eyeball looking up at the ceiling and the other looks normal. But you gotta look, Ramala D, she just like, I don't know why she didn't stop this video. It gets worse, folks, all right? Now watch this. See, they always have to touch their face when they start freaking out. Now, you're gonna tell me that's normal? And now look at Ramala D. She's like, oh my God. It's the call of the Wookie. What's the cry, Chewbacca? Oh man, this is bad. Now look, he tries to cover it up, but you can see how the fingers, they get all, it's the electromagnetic distortion, folks, all right? Let's see, look, see, it's on his finger. He's trying to cover up his eyeball, all right? We know all about it. And look at Ramala D at one point. She's just like, she doesn't know what's going on. Okay, let's... oh yeah, the bent thumb thing too. What's up with this? Even String Bean, Mr. Miyagi, Richie Bruce, he's got the bent thing going on, bent thumb thing. Now, but look at Ramala D. She's like, oh my God, what is going on with this guy? Oh man, look, the distortion, the electromagnetic, everything else is fine in the video except little baby Chewbacca. Okay, now look, you got the likely characters, all right, that buy into this nonsense. There they are, all right. I mean, come on, people. And look, how the hell does he get this? You can't see that eyeball like that? Come on, folks. Why do I got to do this? Because no one else will. Look at that. Look at Ramala D's face. She just like, oh my God. And I think this is where she actually might have cut the screen out because it got so bad. See, look how the eyes get just all creeped out, man. Now here's the, oh my God. See how they get the electromagnetic distortion around the skin? It gets discolored. All right, that's a telltale sign of one of these hybrids, all right? And there's different types of hybrids, and we'll go over that too, don't worry. Now look, it's the eyeball thing, all right? Folks, do you see that? Do you see that? What is it with these little Canaanite Draco hybrids with the eyeball thing? There's Barden, same thing, all right? Sunlight's their worst enemy, okay? It just... See the discoloration? How that happens? All right? Why is that, folks? Well, look. Hey, I'm just a dumb trauma-based mind control victim that survived satanic ritual abuse, survived George Bush, Henry Kissinger, Uncle Carl, and another long list of dirty, filthy, Satanist scum who are soon going to be tossed into the pit. Get ready because hell's coming.